You want to know what it's going to take to sell a home in 2023? Well, I'm going to walk you through the steps right here, right now, and we're going to go through it step by step. What happens when you sell your home? Because there's a lot of people out there that are first-time home sellers, and they don't know the process. So I'm going to take a couple of minutes. Bear with me. Stick with me till the end, and I will give you every inch of information about listing and selling a property in 2023. At least how I do it. Now, I'm going to take a brief little cup of coffee here. There we go. So, 2023 is going to be one of those markets where I keep saying this, that we're going to be in the need-based market. People that need to sell will sell, and people that need to buy will buy. And if you haven't noticed lately, the big thing in the news is everybody's watching interest rates. And what that did was it made the buyer pool smaller. So what we have to do in order to fill that gap of buyers for your home when you're selling it on the market, we need to do more marketing. And I think realtors have gotten a little lazy in the last couple of years because it was a matter of just taking a sign, throwing it on the lawn, putting the home on the MLS, and then we get multiple offers. Well, that's not going to be happening in 23. Welcome to 2019. And I said this in one of my previous videos. We are going back to a more normalized market. So I want to take you to the steps of listing a home, especially if it's your first time selling. So typically what winds up happening, I get a phone call or an email. Hey, Matt, we're thinking about selling our home, but we don't know where to start. So what I do is the first thing I do is I send out a questionnaire. I have a conversation with them on the phone. I set up a date to go meet with them. And then what I do is I send them a questionnaire. I have a questionnaire with maybe about 10, 15 questions that gives me an idea of what they're thinking, how motivated they are, and everything else. It just gives me a little bit more information to help build a better marketing profile for the property that they're looking to sell. So, next thing I do is I run my comps and I look at like kind of homes. Homes that are like that home that have sold in the last 6 months. And a realtor knows we call these comps or comprehensives. We look and see what homes, the bedroom count, bath count is selling for, and then we kind of put a report together and we bring it to our presentation, our seller presentation, and I sit down with them and I show them how we are different, how we market properties, and how we're a marketing agency that just we're a marketing company that sells homes, and that's what we do, or realtors, if you want to say. So after that, I take them to the process. The first thing that we do is professional photography and video, and we highlight the good features of the home. And we highlight the things that are going to attract buyers to the home. And we use good photography and good video. And the reason why is before we list the property, we have a little coming soon campaign. While we're doing that, in parallel, we're doing a direct mail campaign. And we're putting together a social media campaign. So there's a bunch of different things going on before we actually list the house on the MLS. Once we list the house on the MLS, then we start taking appointments, and we have our open house, and we start interviewing buyers that come into the home. And every buyer, I know in my office, comes in, they sign in, and we try to get a feel as to what they're looking for, and then we go back a couple days later and we'll follow up with that buyer, all right? So professional photography, listed on the MLS, open house, and then we start accepting offers. Once we start getting offers in, we sit down with the home seller. We figure out what the best one may be. Sometimes it's not always price. It's terms and price. Those are the two things you need to get a good deal going, all right? But there's a lot of marketing that goes on behind the scenes. We run social programs on different platforms. We run video ads on different platforms. We put paid campaigns behind it because we want the most exposure that we can get on your home that you are selling. And that's how we get buyers in 2023. You have to spend a little bit of money on marketing, and you have to have the right channels. We run analytics on everything so we know where the buyers and the viewers are coming from. And that's the most interesting part, because we can gauge and throttle our ad spend in order to attract buyers to that home. And we have a pretty good outcome. I'd say out of all the homes we list, 99.9% we do wind up selling. All right? So that's kind of it in a nutshell. That's what goes on. Listing agreement, photography, video, marketing, negotiating, and then once we get the sale, we go through the home inspection, the appraisal, and then to the closing. All right? So we're with you the whole length of time. Selling the home is easy. Getting it from under contract to sold, that's the hard part, and that's where you need a professional. And if you have any more questions, Matt DeFede, Realty Executives, Elite Homes, have a great night.